harass, bully, and humiliate people? Here's a taste of your own behavior. This is a throwaway account for starters. A few decades ago when I was a lowly college freshman in a conservative southern location/school, I lived like many in a dorm. We had a shared bathroom with stalls, sinks, and showers. One half of the hall/floor was occupied by a sorority who were generally nice/lovely people that I honestly had minimal interaction with. Except when my assigned roommate was an adjacent member of the group. I was clearly a geek/dork/couldn't afford the latest fashions, etc. I had a really cool group of friends outside of the dorm that I met up with, hung out with, etc. so it was fine. This roomie person and I got on okay and on occasion would go to the mall or shop together, usually just me walking around looking at things. She always though made little passive-aggressive remarks that were hurtful. In any event, those remarks were usually about clothing/sizes and not part of my currency. Clothes were a utility and I was/am an athlete, although I did gain the freshman 15. Which may have been part of the attack against me. She had a long-distance BF that unfortunately whenever they would have a call, not long before cell phones, she would be in our room phone screaming at him, yelling, and verbally abusing him. It was bad and some of these calls would be at all hours very disruptive. I finally, having made friends with someone on the hall who had a single room, moved out. I moved out shortly before spring break after telling her the situation wasn't working out. I'd put up with this for the first semester and part of the second it was untenable. When I returned from spring break a few days early, there was all kinds of vile graffiti on my new dorm room door that we would call gay bashing, as well as all over the bathroom, the mirrors, and by the elevator. I was informed and it was confirmed who the perp was, and it really surprised me it was my previous roommate. What? Why? People on the hall that had also returned early, as well as their parents, were disgusted, and my friends helped me clean up, paint, and scrub away the permanent marker mostly before everyone got back from break. I was very angry, embarrassed, felt horrible for the new roommate, who honestly was secretly living with her boyfriend off campus, and disgusted about the whole situation. We got together and the plan was devised. The old roommate had found herself in a well-known compromising situation off campus that many people were aware of that caused the breakup with her long-distance BF, thereby escalating the late-night screaming matches. I used this knowledge to our advantage. We, okay mostly me but there were two victims here, made a sign using the little special silly fun cute way the sorority girls would write. X, Y, Z, insert old roomie's name, the whore of ABC, insert college initials. We then went on a walk around the entire campus after printing up at least 30 of these, regular paper size. They were randomly everywhere: the library, huge, the mailroom, various dorm halls, name a campus building, we had one there. I paid extra for the brightest paper to print on. Remember, this is long before cell phones and security cameras everywhere. Fortunately for my ex very not nice roomie, one of her friends observed one of the signs on the same day they were placed. It was torn down, then another was discovered, so they sent up the alarm and likely found most if not all of the signs fairly quickly. It turned into an adventure hunt for those signs. Eventually, in the overlapping grapevine scenarios of people trying to investigate who put up those signs, my name came up, but nope. Couldn't be the geek BC, she wouldn't write this way, and the abusive and vile vandalism my ex-roomie definitely perpetrated against us was completely forgotten, overlooked, and erased. The ex-roomie eventually left the college, clearly not equipped to handle a lot of things, and graduated from a program in her home state. For some reason a few years ago I looked her up. Her profile was something about 2 years at XYZ school, then a different school. She made a remark that she had experienced difficulties at her initial college choice. Reap what you sow. Because you're a geek doesn't mean you're meek.